Back in September, the Patriots dominated their first matchup against the Dolphins. Can Miami get revenge? Find out next.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Now the former Washington Husky. Here's Myles Gaskin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here's Gaskin. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. This defense for the Pats, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
3rd and short yardage. Winston. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Gaskin again on 2nd down. Nifty move. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 3 touchdowns on the ground, and then, Charles, he threw one in through the air for good measure.
Yeah, you know you have to account for him in all situations. I mean, we know he can run the heck out of the football. You just noted what he did. But how about him being able to get out of the backfield, catch it, and get into the end zone as well? It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. Now Jones. He completes it to Hunter. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Throwing Jones. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogba that time. Able to drop him for a loss. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the the field. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll run now with Gaskin. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Gaskin again on 2nd down. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. This is Gaskin on the carry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off-play action. Jones. Being chased out left. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this one is incomplete. So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the 1st round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
And he will have a Patriots 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Jones throwing complete for Harris. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Patriots are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. 1st and goal from just inside the 5. Again, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Patriots! A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. That time a 9-play drive, and it ends with a New England touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Myles Gaskin and the rest of the Dolphin offense ready to get back to work here. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. They go play action. Winston. That is incomplete. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year back in week 2, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Here's 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. From the gun, Jones. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunter. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Jones on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Jones to throw on 3rd down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he's got this up to the 28-yard line. A 1st down throw for Winston. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. On play action, Winston. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. 3rd and long for Winston. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Looking to throw. Jones. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Miami. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Damian Harris to the Patriot offense, ready to take over again. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season. Toward the end, they're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that.
In trouble, and he's taken down. Jalen Phillips able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Jones throw there, complete to Myers. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Jones, throwing on 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Let's go, boys, let's go!
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You've got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. To throw again on second down. Winston. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Jamie Gillen now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. He finds his man, complete. It's Hunter. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall in.
Just that first read that you had, maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Back to throw again, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete here.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
Jones now on 3rd and 2. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So at halftime, due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And here comes a return. Now a hit and a football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. The Pats at the line ready to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Jones. And right side, Henry's got it. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw into the hands of Henry here.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st down, it's Harris. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They run again with Harris. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They'll run for it. It's Stevenson. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Well, these two teams, you might remember, met in Foxborough earlier in the season with the Patriots winning that ball game. So they're looking for the season sweep with a win here in Miami. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Jones over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. They'll run on 1st down. Harris. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get the... football back at their own 17. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now they try the right side here. Room to run for Gaskin. And he'll take this all the way up to the 38-yard line. 79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the gun, Winston. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Myers. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On second down, it's Thomas. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And he's got room past the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big play there for the Dolphins. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Another run with Gaskin. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. To throw on 2nd and 6. Winston in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Kyle Duggar in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. On 3rd down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Off the play fake. Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. Now Jones on 3rd down. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Harris. And the avenue collapse for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Harris. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Jones keeping it on the sneak. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Mac Jones with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. So now here come the Dolphins. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Hands it off out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Keeps himself upright. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Christian Barmore able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Jameis to throw it. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They run for it with Harris. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Winston to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. Looking for a slot man, and he's got him. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. Winston. Now they go screen. It's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now Winston. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Got his man. It's the tight end long. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears that heavy was accomplished by...
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in the tight game. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Jones. Pass complete to Harris. Uses the stiff arm. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there for New England. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to win. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And his kick is indeed good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice
absolutely.
in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for New England, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills.